Today is Friday, it's the 28th of June 2024, and we're in Puerto, or at least we will be in a moment. We're just at the top, we're going to walk down. We've parked at the top here because we thought it might be a bit busy. We were right. And this is actually the queue of cars waiting to go down. Not sure what the parking situation would be, but definitely busy. Quite likely to see some flashy cars down here as well. We haven't been down for quite a while. This used to be our stomping ground, as it were, because we used to live in the village. A big sign at the top saying "Love Not War." So some cars will go down towards the right, and there is some parking area down there and on the quay, and then some will go to the left, and there is actually, unbelievably to me anyway, there is an underground car park. I always find that quite amazing that they managed to put an underground car park in the port, and we have been down and you don't get wet feet. Well, we didn't. So down there's a little bit of parking there, but as you go round, there's quite a lot of parking on the road going out onto that end quay. And there's the sign, "Make love not war."
New, isn't it?
This is Wellies here on the left. And on the right, Flanagan's. Start with a walk over that way, I think. So here we will find lots of very flashy boats. And now we can see what all of that Make Love Not War is all about. They've got a party here on the 5th of July. Puerto, Sea and Love. Back to the 60s and 70s live show. So when we first came to the island, this port, which we're going to be walking around, didn't exist. None of these bars, restaurants, nothing existed along here. It was just a narrow strand of pebbles. Well, it's now changed, and they built the port shortly after we arrived. So we watched it all being built, all of the rocks that were brought in. Some of them, a lorry was bringing just one rock that got dumped on there. So you can imagine the number of trips and journeys. And so when it was built, we used to live at the top of the road, so it was somewhere we could come for a walk and have a look to see how the other half lived. And some pretty fancy shops here, and pretty fancy restaurants with pretty fancy prices to go with the pretty fancy boats. Plenty of those here. And they will have had a tricky time, the people who are working on them, because we've had this muddy rain on and off the past few weeks really, and we had a little bit yesterday, and we're due to have a little bit more possibly tomorrow. As we came out, it certainly did look a bit grey, and if you look up at the sky, there's some clouds there, and the meteorologists say that we do have a bit of dust in the rain, in the clouds. So if it does rain, that's what we could get. So this is the sea wall here, and this is the parking I was talking about. And I wasn't sure what it would be like. It does look pretty full.
boat people.
Just nice to pick some people who've got a boat over here in Puerto, and they've been watching the videos and actually contacted me last year about where they could walk their dogs. So they've driven down here from England, staying overnight with the dog. So there are still people out there playing with their toys on the water here. And this is the little beach. It's quite a big beach actually here, just to the side, this side of the marina. And then just beyond that we've got Marineland, and there's another beach there. And then you've got a few boats that actually...
So those lights,
more
where are they?
The lights over there, that's where Mood used to be. I can't think what it's called now. And then there's the tennis club up there as well. Jet skis over there seem to be having lots of fun. It's very warm, it's dull. There has been a little bit of a breeze. It seems to have calmed down a little bit here. And we're going to walk up by the boats, and well, you can see how messy the cars are. So people on the boats are having to wash them down. So you see lots of cars down here, and then lots of lovely boats along here. These are the bigger ones. Those have interesting names. Parking up in here I believe is free, but if you stay more than 2 hours you do have to pay. We've parked at the top outside Marineland, which is also free for 2.5 hours, but you still have to get a ticket. You have to get a ticket to say when you arrived. And the building at the end, it's the captain's of the port. That's where he is stationed, or they're stationed, and that's where they keep an eye on everything coming in, going out, where you'd have to register if you were going to moor here. And it's where we did have to actually go, because we got told off once by a guard who said you can't film here. And so we came around to the captain's office and said, can we film here? And they said yes.
You've got your permission somewhere, I hope.
I haven't, no, I don't. They did give me a card, but they didn't write anything on it. That's a long, long time ago anyway. I used to work on some of these boats for a very, very brief time, between having my business and going back into teaching. And everything just has to be so perfect. There's the captain's office. Just put you in the picture, it's just 8:05 according to their clock up there. It just looks to be right. And these are the big-ish boats, but they're not the biggest of the boats. The biggest of the boats have to moor at the end here. And on the far wall, doesn't appear to be anything on the far wall at the moment. And just at the end we have a petrol station, or whatever fuel they take. And I can just imagine how many litres, gallons of fuel these machines take. Well, those are the cars we saw coming in. It's like to have a fun day out, you hire one of these cars. That's a reasonably big one. This is Calistro. Anything on the far side is the petrol station. And jet skiers over there are still having fun times. Nice to see they've got some flowers in the window up at the top there. We have a friend who's a florist, and she quite often has to deliver flowers to the boats.
Sai che in Australia costano un sacco? Ho letto un pochino, adesso che costano $20 il pacchetto. Scusate, abbiamo avuto un altro TikTok. No, è un bombone o un...
Just looking over to the hills over there, the clouds are actually sitting on the hills. The breeze seems to be picking up as well. Could well have a little bit of rain in the morning. Maybe here, maybe somewhere else. Actually, the hills are all above Costa de Baleares are all covered in clouds. It'll be foggy up there. Not the sort of weather you expect in June. It's interesting to see the flags of the boats that are here, registered all sorts of places. Quite a few Maltese ones I'm noticing down here, as well as the British ones, and there must be some German as well, because there's a lot of German plated cars along here.
Just by a few feet.
The apartment blocks that are in front of us here, they were here before the port. So people who had those apartments would be looking down on all of this as it was being built. And I imagine seeing the value of their properties rise considerably. So there was no port in Puerto when we arrived, so it was a very cosmopolitan village, lots of people from different countries. Obviously it all changed a bit when the port was built. Can't remember the name of what this restaurant used to be called.
Tristan's, was it?
Tristan's restaurant it used to be called. And now it's called Yara.
Something else, and now it's Yara. There's something else after Tristan's.
When it was Tristan's, it used to have a wine list, but it also had a water list, so you could choose what water you wanted to drink. It's crazy. Quite often see some quite big fish in here. Sunny today. Any of you have heard of the Sopwith family? There's a Sopwith aeroplane. The Sopwith family were part financiers of this port when it was built. There's wellies. A little claim to fame is there. Before Wellies actually opened, Jeff, who was the owner at the time, came to me to help him to create the menus, the actual physical paper menus. This is the Wellies Quay. And there used to be a boat at the end that was always moored there, dark blue, called Leander, and named after the frigate Leander. And used to have quite a few royal visits.
Amazing.
All right. It's a very convenient place to have it.
Puerto hotels.
And during COVID, I used to get people contacting me saying, could you just go down to Puerto Portals and have a look to see if my boat's okay? So obviously people couldn't come out and wanted somebody to check. Lots of fancy shops over that end.
Watch you all the time. Your vlog's brilliant.
Cheers, thank you.
See, you obviously move about here and everywhere.
We do, but we haven't been here for a long
I
time.
know that, I've noticed that. And
Yeah.
we've been a fortnight and I thought, I doubt Steve and Anita are not out this way. This
Well, you've certainly got the collar. Well done.
Well, that's why we come.
Exactly.
Everything good? You okay?
Yeah.
Everything's great, thank you.
And the family all back home now?
Yes,
Yeah,
all gone.
yeah, they have.
Nice and quiet
That's
now.
what I say, it's quiet.
Thank
That's what
goodness.
you want.
Absolutely.
See you
Bye
guys.
then.
Nice to see you, thanks. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting to meet people down here who watch our videos, but there you go. It's really nice. Pretty fancy, pretty glitzy restaurant in front. Glitzy called Ritzy. Basically, as we start to walk further and further in this direction, the boats generally get a little bit smaller. So the big boats where we started, we're getting to the smaller ones. And it's Friday evening, it's 8:15 and it's getting pretty busy down here. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be like this every night now. Right through, this used to be the road, you used to be able to drive down here. So all of this has actually changed since the last time I came down.
Much better.
In fact, there's not even any stumbling things for me to fall over.
Except the water. Keep away.
Keep away. But there is still work going on down here. I bet they wish they'd got that finished. Well, it is
Dogs.
quite a long time since we've been down, isn't it? Looks as though they're coming to the end of the work.
10,000 steps. We came to eat at Diablitos today. in Puerto.
But not this Diablitos. She went to Diablitos in Puerto.
In Puerto, I mean, yes. Very nice it was.
One walk I used to like doing was actually to go on the sea wall out there, but it looks to me as though you can't do that at the moment. Not sure why that is, but it was quite a nice walk to go along there. And a long walk as well to get all the way to the end, and a great place just to sit and watch the boats. And it's somewhere I'd like to go and set up my camera and video the boats as they come in and out. Niche perfumes, I bet they've got a niche price as well. Lucy Wang, Puerto. And just at the end there's the boat yard, the travel lift, to get the boats out of the water, and quite a bit of boat storage as well. It's a lot of work going on down here, so we're not going to be able to get much further. Go down the outside, I suppose. Okay. Just try not to fall in the water down there. Looks good for the businesses along this part, but hopefully all of this will be done soon.
Hey, hola! How are you?
I'm very good, how are you?
Palestine.
Jeez.
Thank you.
Something about boats, I just like to look at them, see how, what I meant when I said they get smaller down this end. This actually takes us, you can see the cliff face there, which is really loose sandstone, leads us right into the beach, which people refer to as the Portal's Nous beach. It's actually a man-made beach, and they built the port. They built the beach at the same time just by bringing a ship in and pumping sand until they created the beach. Well, this is very new. Curious. And there are some schools here where you can go and learn how to sail, do some other water activities.
Thank you.
All right. It might be on a building site, isn't it? Rolls Royce, you don't see a lot of Rolls Royce, more Bentleys than Rolls Royce, I think. It's an old one though. And just down there, that's where the access to the beach is. Yeah. Yep. He was very chatty, wasn't he? Yeah. Is it called a Sicilian? I did actually see their car recently. Parked in Mercadona, must have been buying supplies.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I wasn't expecting to meet anybody here that we knew, and there's a former pupil who's actually into filming as well, Yash, and that's the area you go down there, unbelievably how far it goes down. There's a car park down there. I don't know, I find it fascinating. And this is the new extension to the Puerto and Eat Sicily over there, which we did interview the owner when it first opened. It really is very pretty tables. And here we've got lots of water. It helps to cool down the air as well, so it's besides being aesthetic, it does serve a purpose. As it evaporates, it's a bit like air conditioning for free. It's also a lot of fun for the children. But Eat Sicily, lovely place. We haven't eaten there though, but I think all the food looked really good. And he's just chatting to the girl there. You're going to have a run across?
That's next to people as well, Serrana. It's going to be icy.
Oh, they have a DJ here every night.
Did I tell you a story about you?
This is just about where the original port started again. So there used to be a road that ran up here. So just trying to imagine it now.
Can't believe how many people we've seen. Didn't expect to see anybody.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And just in the middle here, they sometimes have markets. Christmas time they have a market, but I think they had one just before the summer. It's really quite pretty down here. And it's really good to see that the Victory Chinese restaurant is still here. It's probably one of the few places we used to come regularly to eat. And we used to have a Chinese. We used to come here, I think, on New Year's Eve, was it?
Yeah. Jeanette and Stan.
A few of us. And it's one of the places that had normal prices on New Year's Eve, so rather than having to pay a fortune. So yes, at different times of the year they have markets down here, market stalls. It's nicely shaded. It's certainly interesting to come down here, having not been here for such a long time. Nice to see how it's developed over the years.
We were going to come with Marina, but we never got here, did we?
No. Port Adriano is similar, but it's still relatively new, so it's still got a bit of developing to go, I think. This one is now more established, and it's that bit closer to Palma. Kind of safe for the children to play as well here. Don't know where the parents are. Smell the food. Tahini, we went there with Nick, didn't we? And
we didn't, Cliff.
Cliff.
Sat in the garden.
I'm afraid we'll be going home to eat. I'm on my salad. I'm not sure what Anita's going to eat this evening. Just see how busy the restaurants are. We just come out by Ritzy, so we've just done like a big circular path. think some people go to turn down here and not realise that that road doesn't exist anymore. More or less completes our tour of the Puerto Portales. I hope you've picked your boat out. My class many years ago graduated. We had their graduation party, their prom, on the upper floor in Wellies. Remember that?
I do, yes.
We're going to make our way up the hill now and back to the car, and hope you've enjoyed this video. It's certainly been a bit different for us. We haven't been down here for quite a while. Thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.